tornado warning.
Okay, everybody, at 9:15, here is the updated situation with the tornado warning. We've got that now for folks in Henderson County. You guys in Van Zandt County have been removed from the warning itself. Here is the situation as far as the main area of circulation is concerned. We're going to put that just south of Murchison, all right, along Highway 317. Here's 31. 317 kind of runs into 31 there on the south side of Murchison, and that, if there is something there, is going to be where the best circulation and potential, I think, is going to be situated, at least at the moment. Again, the tornado warning does include folks in Henderson County. This is going to be north and east of the city of Athens there. Sorry for the delay on getting on tonight, but this is our main area of concern at the moment. So here's Highway 19 running north-south out of Athens if you're in the Athens area and you're east of Highway 19. Or if you are in Henderson County, you're east of 19, especially if you're along and south of 31 there. I think that's going to be the area of greatest concern. This thing is moving toward the east with upwards to 1.5 inches hail with it. East movement on that thing at about 30 miles an hour. So tornado and up to ping pong ball sized hail. That's probably going to be, as far as the hail is concerned, that's going to be probably a little bit north of Murchison. The way these storms usually orient themselves, you'll have the hail core to the north of where the rotation would be situated at. So as far as that is concerned, here's the better hail potential there, up again north of Murchison, up along. Let's see here. We put together 773. So up and just along, and probably by this point just east of 773. This is going to be east of Highway 19, north of Athens, where the hail is going to be at. The better tornadic circulation is going to be down here along south of the city of Murchison proper. Okay, you guys in Brownsboro, you are also inside the tornado warning as this circulation continues to move. Let's put a loop on it real fast. And you could see it kind of moving in somewhat of a southeasterly, more kind of, we'll call it southeast, east-southeast at about 15 to 30 miles an hour. And so that's going to draw this. That's going to draw this thing further south and east. You guys down towards Moore Station, Coffee City. You guys on the lake there at Lake Palestine, I want you to be aware of this. Easing in your direction. And there's going to be some wind on the leading edge of this thing too. All right, so we'll have wind, kind of the gust front on the leading edge there from Brownsboro, really between Brownsboro and Chandler at this point, I would think. Sirens going off in Berryville. Dina, okay, thanks for that. So as this thing kind of continues to push off to the southeast, you got some heavy rainfall there in the Athens area right now. A lot of lightning in this thing as well, and so a lot of different things in place. The hail potential is going to be further north. The wind, tornado concern. A little bit to the south of where the hail is at. So if you're getting, sizable hail at your place there along the Van Zandt Henderson County line, you are a good ways displaced to the north of the better tornadic circulation with whatever we have there of that. So we'll keep the tornado warning going. As far as, let's see here, anything new from the Weather Service? Yeah, nothing too much from them of late. So we're frozen there, Ann. Let's see here. See if we can check something out here real fast. All right, we're going to keep this rolling here real quick. Just 1 second. Give me a little bit of better vantage point. All right. So with 9:20 here, tornado warning continuing. The hail doesn't look quite as pronounced this latest scan as it did just a few minutes ago. So good news there on that. As far as where the radar seems to be most hyped about, that's going to be down here again on the south of Murchison. Now here's 317. That circulation will be moving kind of southeasterly. Not as pronounced as it was just about 5 or so minutes ago, but still there in place, roughly in place still. So that's going to be something to just obviously keep the eye on. We want to be in those tornado safe places if you're east of Athens and south of Murchison, near that 317 corridor there, heading east out of Athens. Again, here's Highway 31. So we're south of 31 in Henderson County for you guys who are trying to get your bearings on where we are and what we're talking about here. Here's 175. As far as Chandler, Morgan, you guys in Chandler this circulation is going to pass southwest of Chandler, a good ways west and southwest of Chandler. So you guys in Chandler proper are okay. And again, the loop on the radar, we'll put this back on here to kind of show you the general kind of motion on this thing. Trying to take building a little bit more to the south as opposed to the east, although you're going to have some pretty good wind in the Chandler area as this thing blows through, so don't let that catch you off guard. That will be blowing probably, I'd expect 40 to 50 mile an hour winds potentially at least in that as it blows through Chandler and this storm passes off. The heart of it passes off to the south, kind of southwest of you guys in Chandler. You folks in Edom, heavy rainfall there. The overall hail presentation looks to be a little bit down compared to what it was, say, 5 to 10 minutes ago, which is good. And you were inside of a tornado warning earlier, but Weather Service has canceled that for Van Zandt County. We got a lot of folks in Tyler asking questions, so this better circulation will pass off to the southwest. We'll continue with a pretty good light show in Tyler, but the heaviest of the rain for the time being is going to be a little bit to the west and southwest of Tyler. Let's look at this on Radar Omega real fast, just to put some landmarks into place and whatnot. So here's Coffee City here. There's Berryville, Pointer. This area, I was in this area today, keeping an eye on the storm survey. A lot of damage in this area. You've probably seen the pictures and whatnot. So Lake Palestine, up in this area here, down towards Coffee City. So a lot of folks are a bit out of sorts in that area. So we want you guys going to give you as much time as we can to kind of get prepped for this. There's going to be a good amount of wind leading up to this thing arriving in your neck of the woods. All right. So we just got to be battened down and as best we can, ready to go as that crosses the lake here. All right. Raining pretty heavy in Brownsboro, lots of lightning. 3 miles south of Brownsboro, Robert. Okay, thanks for that very much. Flat Creek Marina, Sandy. Just going to be a good amount of wind right now. Let's look at this on the 2 box again real fast. So I'd say if we've got something, it's going to be a little bit further to the south now, probably closer to that Highway 175 corridor going southeast out of Athens. Okay, due south of Murchison. You bet, Kelly. Yeah, I know Brownsburg, you guys seen a lot of thunder and lightning right now. I get that. It is not lost on me. Let's pull that off real fast. Let's give a little bit wider look at this as we're coming up on 9:25 now. So we'll let the loop load. Chandler and Brownsburg getting pretty loud, Christy. Okay. Understood. So while that's trying to load, let's go back to radar scope. Yeah, if we've got a couplet, it's going to be down here still, right there along 175. Kind of paralleling 175 probably now. So you guys in Pointer, this will be just northwest of Pointer. Here's 175. It's on the right-hand side of the screen with the cursor. Just kind of follow that up, going to the northwest there. And this little area right here, if we've got something, that's where it's going to be. Probably right there in that pocket, almost due south of Murchison. But again, landmark-wise, you're 175 here. Here's 19. Going up into Athens, so we're southeast of Athens. That's what it looks like, at least, if we have something there. Looks like the rotation has weakened a bit, or had weakened quite a bit. Weather Service now saying they're going to let this thing expire in about 5 minutes at 9:30, so that would be good. But even if they let the tornado warning expire, they'll still need to watch this closely. There'll be some good wind regardless of that. And that's assuming this thing doesn't try to ramp back up again, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. Again, heavy rainfall from Eda, really up to Van. Just from Van back down to Edom, onto Brownsboro, on the Moore Station to the south, and then it arcs back to the southwest into the Athens area. We got light rain increasing in intensity across the western part of Smith County. So this thing is slowly edging to the east, but that better circulation seems to be more excited about heading more southeast. So 9:28 right now. Weather Service is going to expire the tornado warning at 9:30. Rotation has weakened. They don't feel capable of producing a tornado at this time, so that's good. But obviously, there's a hefty thunderstorm in this area, and like I said earlier, we've got a lot of people who are still trying to clean up and get their just kind of get things in order after last night's storms in the Coffee City area and that part of Lake Palestine over to Bullard, Emerald Bay. Saw a lot of flipped over RVs today, a lot of boats saw some boats partially sunk, a lot of them with significant damage. And the RV thing really kind of spoke to me today. Even in these kinds of situations where we're going to have a tornado warning expire in less than a minute, you can still have some good straight line winds. And if the orientation of those winds is right in relation to your RV, and a lot of folks are living in these RVs these days, they're taking advantage of that downsizing of personal effects and enjoying that RV life, and I think that's awesome. But you really need to be mindful of these types of situations when it comes to those things, because they are very light and they'll be very susceptible to wind. And we saw that some today, a really up close and personal exposure to that. So just really can't stress that enough for folks to have themselves a fallback position if you're going to be out camping this weekend. This is the weekend where a lot of it kicks off, and so we just want to be especially thoughtful about that going forward. And I'm going to try to be better on that as well, with just reminding people of that. So we're at 9:30 now. Tornado warning has been allowed to expire. Severe thunderstorm warning continues, and that's going to run for Smith County for another 44 minutes. So we'll have that for Smith County until, I guess that would be 10:15. Yeah, 10:15-ish looks like. I did have a pretty good running buddy today, Emily Marshall. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thanks to your hubby for coming out and shooting the drone video today. That was really cool. Will it move south of the boulders, David? On its current path, I think the boulder's going to get some moderate to heavy rainfall. This thing, it looks like it's trying to lose some of its composure here. Let's look at the veils real quick. Let's just do that. Let me do a couple things here real quick. So we'll look at veils. So we're looking at this. We're basically looking at water lofted up aloft. And it's a good indicator of where you're going to have the potential for hail, and it also gives a nice little indication of how's the storm strength doing. Is it increasing in strength? Does it appear to be weakening? This thing looks like it's losing some of its juice here pretty quick as it kind of hobbles off to the southeast. Notice how it was. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's kind of making a little bit more of a southeasterly jog, and also seems to be losing some of its punch at the same time. So that's good there, especially for the folks like we were talking about there at the lake. So if you're going to see a trend, that's the trend you want to see right there. But still doesn't mean that you're not going to have a lot of heavy rain and a lot of lightning there too, by the way, which I know can get a lot of people unnerved, and I get that. Thanks, Cameron. Glad you're here. A lot of lightning still in Brownsboro, and rain and wind. Yeah, and it's going to be that way here for a bit, Rhonda. But yeah, this wind, we'll see a pretty good. I think we'll see winds probably pick up western Smith County here, western part of Tyler, in the next 15, 20 minutes, if not a little bit sooner, as some of the initial wind comes off of the edge of this storm here. So again, we're tornado warning free. We dropped that, or the Weather Service in Fort Worth dropped that about 3 minutes ago officially. Severe thunderstorm warning for Henderson County. That runs for another 11 minutes, so that'll take us until 9:45. Up to 1.5 inches hail, so that gets you to just under golf balls. It's about ping pong ball, at least it was. I don't think they're seeing that in here now. I don't see anything in here that tells me we're up to ping pong ball size hail in this stuff anymore. We'll have some pocket change stuff in here west of Brownsboro, southeast of Murchison, southwest of Brownsboro. Anything in here that's got these kind of these purple spikes, that'll be where your best hail potential is going to sit at. You guys in Athens, you're on the backside of this now, so things should begin to improve in your locale pretty quick. You have a good light show off to the east and northeast and southeast of you. Lots of lightning in Van, Bethany. Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that. The bigger storm, though, you got a storm in your neck of the woods, but the bigger one is going to be south down Edom and points further south of there. Mandy asking about Longview. Just rain in Longview at the present time. Let's pull up Shreveport real fast. And as far as Longview goes, just some shower activity, a few claps of thunder in there. So lightning strikes western Gregg County, southern Upshur County, but the bigger show off to the west of you guys. So we'll pull back here to Fort Worth. Melissa asking about Lindale. Just, some hefty rainfall, Lindale area. Rain will increase in intensity here for you guys over the next, 10 minutes to, we'll say, half an hour or so. Nothing really that's too terribly impressive from a severe weather standpoint there. That's going to be south of you guys. Severe weather, if we see it, is going to be, I think, more pronounced southwestern Smith County, probably, out of this. ARP, Penny, southeastern Smith, that'll be where, if this thing continues to translate off to the east, southeast, that could bring it, closer to you guys in ARP. Y'all are not in any kind of warning box at the present time. But I would be curious to know what people are seeing in the Chandler, Noonday area, Flint, but especially that western part of Smith County. Hey, Brother Ragland, thank you, sir. My best to you guys. Thank you, Sandy. Lots of thunder in Bullard, Lindsay. Okay. How's the wind there, by the way? I'll be curious if your wind picks up much there. I would think that it would. No wind in Chandler. Okay. Good to know, Jennifer. Looks like we did have a train spotter. Some of the ham folks out of Van Zandt County, train spotter reported a 47 mile an hour wind there at Murchison just a little bit ago. So that makes sense. Not surprised by that. Not too bad on the wind there at the Villages. Good. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that. Pretty good rain there in Chandler, west side of Lake Palestine, Jordan. Appreciate that. Well, Lauren, I'm glad we were able to help yesterday. I'm honored. Thank you. Love to hear about that. Rain starting 6 miles south of Chandler. Well, I'm glad the wind hasn't been as big of a concern then, at least to this point. So that's good. But don't sleep on that, because that could pick itself up there pretty fast. Let's look at the velocity products again and see if we can determine anything out of this. So some better wind there again. Southeast of Murchison. Thanks, Candy. Glad you're there in Lindale tonight. Appreciate that. So the Fort Worth radar is seeing some pretty decent wind there along 317. Again, that was a pocket that we saw earlier on. So here's Highway 31. There's 317. This little road, it's 1803 that runs between the two. It's a pretty decent uptick in wind there. It's not really too widespread, but something to be mindful of. A lot of noise on the radar when you get this far out from that Fort Worth site. So yeah, a lot of the over-the-air folks will go back to regular programming after the tornado warning is canceled or it expires. So they've got their own things that they're trying to do and getting ready for the 10 o'clock newscast, and there's a lot of moving parts, especially at 9:40 at night. And if they had a tornado warning, they would be on. So we'll hang here for just a little bit longer, and and watch this, since we don't have to worry about those constraints. Couple of areas of wind now. There's one due, southwest of Brownsboro. See this little pocket in here? And then this other little secondary pocket down south of there. Amy, the warning is severe thunderstorm only. We got a couple of them. We got Henderson County. We've got southern Van Zandt County. We've got Smith County under severe thunderstorm warning as well. We had the tornado warnings earlier. Okay, good deal. Yeah, so we had the tornado warning earlier. That has since been allowed to expire. The storm does not look as promising in that regard. Jamie, not really thinking tornadoes, Flint area. You guys are under the severe thunderstorm warning, but that is all at the moment. Why not a tornado watch, Lily? Well, the tornado watch situation, Storm Prediction Center is going to put those out if they feel like the atmosphere and the criteria on the table meet particular parameters for possibility. This looked more like a severe thunderstorm situation versus a tornadic situation, and so they make those calls in Norman and coordinate with the local weather service offices on those watch outlines. But that's a call that they would have made based on what things look like earlier in the afternoon when that watch was issued. The watch came out. We were down in that area near Emerald Bay, actually talking with some of the folks there, and had absolutely no cell service at all on my AT&T phone at the time, and some of the other folks around us didn't have any either. And so that watch was issued, and I wasn't even able to put anything out on it until I got back in closer to town when I had a different cell tower to ping off of. But yeah, they'll make those determinations based on the criteria that are present, and they are really, really, really good at that stuff. So let's see here. What have we got? Lots of lightning here in Palestine. Okay, Rachel, thank you for that. City of Tyler sounding the sirens? Okay. I'm hearing those.
Smith County Skyward. The tornado warning sirens have just sounded in downtown Tyler. I am not sure why, because there's not a tornado warning from the National Weather Service.
Yeah, the sirens are sounding all over town. So I'm not sure what the decision was that prompted that, but we do not have a tornado warning in effect for Smith County or Tyler. But that's got to be scaring the pants off of some people. So if you're just hopping on, or you have a friend who is trying to figure out what's going on, I'm right there with them. I'm not sure what the but somebody saw something.
spotter observed, or was it radar?
Somebody must have seen something, though. Rotation west of town.
My dad right now, we're heading back to Troop, but we're getting phone calls and alerts about it. It's saying it's moving east. They're telling people to take shelter.
Okay, so somebody has seen something out on the west side of town.
But the rotation doesn't appear to be seen on the radar. I'll
West of Tyler moving east. Text just sent from Tyler Alerts. Okay. All right. Well, the ham radio guys are trying to figure this out as well. I think they probably got this text that was sent out. The city of Tyler's got themselves a. I don't think so right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure. So we're 946. We've got severe thunderstorm warning for Smith County. Yeah, so there's a lot of people asking questions, and I'll count myself as one of them.
Do we have anyone who has visual confirmation of any rotation in clouds?
So the spotter network and ham radio guys are asking for any confirmation that any of the guys or girls have seen out in the field, and we have to hear anything. It sounds like they're killing the sirens now, from what I can tell, if I'm hearing things right.
Determine the reason. I'm looking for any operator who has visual confirmation of cloud rotation west of downtown Tyler.
So again, sirens were activated for some reason in the city of Tyler. The PD has the, I think they have the switch on that downtown. And there have been, it was a year or two ago, the tornado that we had over by the Cascades, if you remember that. I don't think there was a warning at all. In fact, I was out showing a house when the sirens went off, and then something was spotted and something was reported to the Weather Service, and they went ahead and hit the sirens that day, and it was for good reason. So this stuff doesn't mean just because there's no warning doesn't mean there's not something there or that somebody hadn't seen something. But at least as of right now, I'm not sure what was going on with all that. But if you're just hopping on now, 946, severe thunderstorm warning for Smith County, but no tornado warning out for our area at this point. And we will hopefully figure out what led to the sirens at some point.
I'll let you know what's the exciting part of the evening there. Good job. I can take over that control so you can continue dealing with the National Weather Service. Very good. Thank you.
All right, so
This is W5MCT, assuming that control duties again for Smith County Skyward. We do have reports that the outdoor warning system has been sounded in downtown Tyler. Any operators that have any visual confirmation of persistent rotation.
got a couple of things that need to charge here real fast. Give me just a second. All right, so now that we've gotten everybody a good and spooked, we'll continue to move along here. Lightning's picking up somewhat in Tyler now on the west side, and also here on On the south side of town, a few strikes here and there. Hail looks a little bit better now. Concentration and overall coverage of it looks a little bit better over Henderson County. More of that from just south of Edom down to Brownsboro, west of Chandler down to Moore Station. So that's something to of note there. Rain intensity overall will be picking up here in the city shortly, if not already. Haven't had just a ton of wind here in the city. Top wind speed the last 10 minutes is only about 4 to 5 miles an hour. So we have not had anything remotely severe in the area, at least in my immediate area yet. But I had a lot of heavy rain there over Edom and that eastern third of Henderson County. A lot more lightning in the White House. Yeah, I bet so, Taylor. So we'll hang here, keep an eye on things. 9:51. We'll be here for a bit, it looks like, watching this. Trevor, Rusk County, your guys are okay in Rusk County for now. Just some shower activity here and there. I don't really see much, honestly, much in the way of even lightning in Rusk County at the moment. The bulk of the lightning and the thunder, anything you're hearing, is probably coming from Smith County. Yeah, White House, you guys on Lake Tyler, you'll have some pretty good rain coming your direction and probably a little bit of wind on that as well in the next, 25 to 30 minutes. So, again, I'll kind of talk about this like we did a few minutes ago. You folks who are in RVs, especially, I became very aware of that concern today down in Coffee City. With those RVs that were turned over, so take that kind of stuff seriously. Even without a tornado, a good 50 to 70 mile an hour wind can do an awful lot to something like that. So we need to be positioning ourselves prior to that arrival, just so that you can get yourself into something that's got a little bit more sturdy construction to it. So we're gonna, especially on a holiday weekend like this, with folks out and about and doing things that you do on Memorial Day weekend, which we all enjoy, and most of the time there's no problem with that. But there can be some issues, and we saw those last night. Yeah, I still don't see anything from the Weather Service regarding anything tornadic for Smith County. So I'm scratching the heads on that like you guys are, but that's okay. Better to not need it than to need it and not have it. So we'll just take that position there. You guys, Lindale, Hideaway Lakes, some pretty hefty rainfall your area. Lightning production there as well has picked up in the last little bit. It's almost like there's just some very, not tornadic rotation, but just some, you can see, almost make out some, like a little mezzo low there potentially. So that stuff's all kind of spinning, and as it approaches it, the intensity of the rainfall picks up too. So let's look at this. Get back on the radar again on the velocity. All right, so the Weather Service is going to make. Well, let's look at this real fast here first. Let's do one thing at a time. All right, some decent wind in here now near Pointer. Not saying anything tornadic, but I'm saying you got some instances of pretty decent wind. I would say 50 to 60, maybe 65 mile an hour winds possible in this area along 175 south of Pointer. Now, not all this is going to get to the ground. The radar is sampling 7, 8, 9,000 feet by the time it gets this far east out of the DFW area. So not all that's going to be able to get down and do anything, but you do want to be mindful of that. You guys, Frankston, especially south and west of Frankston, southwest of Frankston, be mindful of that as that kind of eases to the southeast. A lot of noise in here. Out in this area, okay, a lot of radar seeing a lot of things. There's a lot of things that are a lot of items in the air, and there's a lot of data to sample. Had some folks asking about noonday earlier. Miss Kay asking about noonday. I don't see anything, any rotation necessarily there near noonday at the moment. Although we have had some people asking questions about that. Let's see here. Is that extension of a watch? Okay, Weather Service has extended the severe thunderstorm watch now to include Cherokee County. Who else are they going to put in there? They're going to put Cherokee, and they're going to put everybody all the way down to Lufkin in this watch. So Cherokee, Harrison, Rusk, Wood, Greg. Yeah, so they're just going to extend the whole thing until midnight. So, severe thunderstorm watch box down till midnight for practically all of East Texas, just about. So, you guys in Chandler, yeah, I see there. I see you there, Caitlin. Just, probably some hail there, Chandler area. I would say maybe up to quarters potentially in that. So that's going to really be from Chandler back up to the Van Zandt Henderson County line. And as we look at that, let's go back to the single box. So yeah, this hail's moving a bit more to the east now. The storm in general is moving a bit more east. So this is going to bring some hefty rain and probably some hail into the city of Tyler here in the next 10 to 20 minutes. So you guys in Chandler, you're seeing a good dose of that right now. I'd love to know what you folks in Chandler are seeing. Hail in Chandler, Sierra. Okay, thank you. I'm not surprised to hear that. So you got power line sparking there, Brooke and Chandler on 315. Okay, thank you for that. Just trying to look through some of these comments here. Pretty loud in Hideaway, Shannon. Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that. But you guys in Southwest Tyler and West Tyler, Western Smith County, you see what's coming up on you there, okay? We'll have hail, probably at least dimes, nickels, probably some quarters in there. Hail in LaRue, hail in Coffee City. No hail at the moment, Dean. Okay, in Chandler, near the fire department. All right, thank you. Angie just had some trees come down there, Redland. Okay. Past 3 trees out of the ground, Roseland Plantation. Okay. I know right where you're talking about on 64. High winds and heavy rain in Chandler. Okay. Oh, Jasmine, friends having a graduation party tonight outside. Eek. I saw a lot of schools rescheduling graduation stuff tonight for tomorrow. Pea-size hail, Alice. Wind hit in Chandler now. Okay. I'd be ready for 50 to 55 mile an hour winds. Western Smith County here, western part of Tyler, I should say, pretty quickly. At least the potential for that is there. Winds picked up north of Chandler. Okay, thanks, Tracy. Pretty good light show. So we're at 10 o'clock, 10:01 now. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for Smith County. That'll run for until 10:15. Weather Service with the potential for 1.25 inch hail and 60 mile an hour winds for this particular storm. Hail in Chandler, Christie, thank you for that. I would be shocked if there wasn't. Better hail looks like north of Chandler. So here's 315. Let me pull out a little bit. So here's 31 running right across the center of the screen here. And then 315 cuts south to north, basically, if you want to think about that, through Chandler. So there's 2010 that cuts up to the Van Zandt County line, northeast or northwest of Chandler. So 70 dBz there. A lot of 60, 70 dBz in there. So there's going to be some hail in there. Haven't seen anything that resembles something tornadic in a while. We did have some decent looking rotation earlier over Henderson County that was canceled early. The warning was, which brought us in here. So Weather Service does have a flash flood warning for Van Zandt County. We have not talked about that. So here's a broad loop, kind of show you where this thing has, kind of how this has progressed over the last little bit. You can see that heavier rain moving. It was moving more southeast, now moving a bit more due east. At least the rotation that prompted that tornado warning was moving more southeast. The entire mass is kind of moving a bit more to the east now. Yeah, not sure about the sirens, Julie. I don't know. That's something we'll have to find out about later. But like I said, better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them. So, and again, the sirens are they serve their purpose, but best to be plugged in and dialed in on weather, regardless of the sirens. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure what the reason was behind that, but I'm sure there was a reason. So, seems like I haven't heard quite as loud a thunder here at our place as I did half hour or so ago. Wind picking up 346 in Flint. Okay, thanks for that, Nancy. Yeah, better safe than sorry. Exactly, Karen. Sirens are still going off, Jerry, at McDonald Road. Okay. Not sure about that. I can't hear them here at our place. Sirens are still going off by the university. Is that okay? Kimmy, that's interesting. Hail at Lindsay Park, Jared. Okay. Size on that, Jared, if you can. If you can't, I don't want you getting banged up trying to find out, but if you can, that'd be good. And I'll pass that along. So, Tanya, you're hearing them by Clarkston. Okay. Could those be UT Tyler sirens? Because I believe they have a campus system as well. They usually test those the same day that City of Tyler does. Sirens by the Oil Palace. Okay. P-size in Chandler. All right. Thanks, Lakina. Wind's picking up here on the south side of town now. Gust of 13 a while ago. P-size, Jared. Let's see here. All room. Hold on a second. Yeah, rain's picking up a lot here now at the house. We're over here behind the Broadway Square Mall, so rain intensity's picked up quite a bit. Yeah, a lot of lightning in Bullard. Thanks, Sid. A lot of rain there and heavy and some wind in New Harmony. Thank you, sir. My sister said the same thing a while ago. A lot of wind. Which makes me wonder about something. So let's look at the 5-minute obs at the airport and see if we can find anything that looks interesting. So at 9:50, 10 minutes ago, they had a north wind, or west wind at 22, gusting to 28 at the airport. So not too much going on there that's out of the ordinary. Power's out 315 south, Debbie. Okay. 49 and Old Jacksonville, wind picking up. Thanks, Caitlin. Biggest thing I've seen here at our place is a 18-mile-an-hour gust here in South Tyler so far. But we do have some protection to the west from some trees, so it could be a little bit more than that. We got a west-northwest wind now. Real windy in noonday. Okay, thanks. Thanks for that, Aaron. So we'll continue to see the rain increase in intensity here for Tyler. You guys in Henderson County, Van Zandt County, or Henderson County at least, you've got things slowing down quite a bit. Still a ways to go, and some additional redevelopment taking place now west of Van. See those showers there, kind of revitalizing there as they get east of Canton. Gust to 21 here at the house. So we'll have a new warning most likely here shortly when this thing gets ready to expire in about 6 minutes for Smith County. Or I would expect that. Still calm at Green Acres, Caitlin. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you, Angela. Give my best to your hubby, please, ma'am. Hang in there, Tori. Yeah, that thunder will be picking up in Troop for sure, Emily. You got the storms that you're going to be dealing with here in the next half hour are just getting west or get on the west side of 69 right now. Up to a 1/4 inch of rain here at the house. Thanks, Leslie, for being here. I appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, some pretty good wind there, Stacy and Bullard. Thank you. Yeah, wind gusts to 24 now here at the house, or we got a sustained at 24 now. Thanks, Dana. I appreciate that. Oh, man. Strong winds and rain, Lake Palestine, Coffee City, Tyler. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Of all the times for that to come through y'all's area, good grief. So you'll have some hail there potentially. Dimes to maybe some quarters in there. Don't float away on me, Nina. You bet, Katrina. Glad you're here. So we'll just try to look at this for whatever this is worth this far out, but try to move some things around here on my screen. Sirens in White House. Okay. I'm not sure the protocol there in White House, y'all. I'll just say that I don't see anything that's alarming per se. So let's get off the 2 and go to the 1, and then let's get back over to Shreveport. All right. Tornado sirens in White House. Yeah, I don't know why they are doing that, but like I said, I'm not sure what their protocol is on that type of thing. I can tell you we don't have any tornado warning for Smith County. Heavy rain in Flint. Thanks, Jennifer. So I've had a gust of 24 here at the house over near Broadway Square Mall. That's the biggest wind that I've seen here. There's the new Smith County severe thunderstorm warning. Stand by. Let's go ahead and sound for that.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
All right, Weather Service gonna, as no surprise, gonna go with a new severe thunderstorm warning for southern Smith, western Rusk, and northern Cherokee County. That's gonna go to 11:15. Storm located near Mixon or near White House, moving east to 25, 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. They're sitting the siren, actually sounding the tones for the NOAA weather radios now. So folks with those will see their sirens go off here in a second. You can hear that tone in the background there, but so that's the reason for that. Again, that's a severe thunderstorm warning, not a tornado warning, but sounds like some folks are going to hit the sirens anyway, and they have their reasons for doing that. So still sirens here and sirens over by UT Tyler, Melanie. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what all is involved with that. Getting pretty crazy by Walmart at 64. Okay. Right there, 64 west in the loop. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. Weather, see here, 10:05. So about 10 minutes ago, Tyler Pounds had west-northwest, west-northwest 21, gust to 31, west of 16, gust to 28. So that lines up pretty well with what I've seen here at the house so far, believe it or not. So that is pretty consistent. So 10:16 now. So yeah, not surprised that they went ahead and extended that severe thunderstorm warning. That makes perfect sense, given the environment and the mass that's coming across here. So here's a broad look at what that warning is going to include. So it will come up to Henderson. It will include Jacksonville. So you'll have everybody north of Jacksonville, Mount New Summerfield, Mount Selwyn, Troop, Arp, White House, Chapel Hill, Overton. Okay. Weather Service is doing some trimming on the severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Henderson and north central Anderson counties. That'll be for this guy right here coming out of southeastern Henderson County. This will drop some pretty good wind and rain on the Lake Palestine area again. At Hale, we'll be heading over towards CUNY. Yeah, Kimmy, I don't see anything tornadic in the city of Tyler. So as far as the sirens go, I'm not real sure what's going on there over by UT. But held between Lake Palestine, Emerald Bay, and Eagles Bluff, Michelle. Thank you. Any idea on the size of that, please, ma'am? If you can tell me without getting yourself hitting the head there. Absolutely, buddy. Rachel seeing hail at the lake. A lot of wind there, Spruce Hill. Okay, thanks, Tori. Thanks, Darla. Hail in Flint, Megan. Okay, thank you. It's good to see you. All right, I was trying to read some of these comments here real fast. So let's get back on Shreveport. So heaviest rain, most intense activity is going to be southern half of Smith County. This will be Toll 49 back south, Noonday, Flint, Bullard. Dimes near Keepersall, Trent. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You bet, Heidi. .20 now. Severe thunderstorm warning again. Just hopping on Smith County. That'll go till 11:15 officially. This will be gone before then. Up to quarters in hail size. Max wind 60 miles an hour. Absolutely, Patty. Peas and power out in Flint. Thanks, Scott. Wow. Okay. You're in Bullard, Shan. Haven't had power for 24 hours. Good grief. Yeah, I saw. I headed down to look at that damage at Emerald Bay and Coffee City today, and I passed at least 3 dozen Highline trucks headed north on 155 coming up in our area. It was rather remarkable, to be honest with you. So there's a lot of folks in the area who are here to help us, and they'll be able to really get rolling tomorrow. Talking to my friend Jeff Blackstone earlier down at Coffee City, he said they brought in quite a few folks to help with clearing roads, tree debris, and stuff like that. And so that's an ongoing situation there, and that'll get a lot better tomorrow once they're able to get a lot of the debris out of the way today, and they can start to kind of hone in on areas that need to be concentrated on. Danielle, any concern around fresh? No, just wind and heavy rain and a lot of lightning in that area off Old Jacksonville. But I don't see anything that's nothing that's making me nervous. In fact, rain and overall intensity on the rain is going to let up here in Smith County, at least in Tyler, in the next 10 to 15 minutes probably. So hopefully that's encouraging. Glad to do it, Cody. Thank you for being here. Okay, so they've issued some kind of an all-clear situation for UT Tyler, so those sirens are what you were hearing on the east side of Tyler was probably those UT Tyler sirens. So they have issued an all-clear there, so that should help to help with some of those concerns. Rain's picking up in Winona. Yeah, not surprised to hear that. Yeah, Stacy, you'll have a decent amount of rain. The bulk of this, the stronger stuff is well south of you, and this stuff is overall seems to be losing intensity. Let's look at the Vills again real quick just to kind of see how the storm strength has trended. Yeah, you can see that coming down. See those numbers. See how bright those white pixels there, indicating a much better hail potential and how they just drop off. So yeah, so this thing is coming. Okay, so hopefully that'll help to give you a little bit of peace of mind. So we're looking at it's vertical integrated liquid. So just think of it as a hail tracker, and the brighter those colors are, those whites and grays, much better hail potential. The trend down, the scale trends down from there, and the purples and reds and yellows and greens, and the cooler the colors, maybe the warmer the colors, the less in the way of hail potential. So you can see this thing really losing composure now over southern Smith County from where it was earlier. Now, granted, it was getting shot higher up because we're looking at the Shreveport radar, so the beam is going higher and higher as it moves to the west. But still, I think it's safe to say this thing is losing a lot of its punch. So hopefully that helps some. Thanks, Jillian. Appreciate you, Terry. Thank you, man. So we're at 10:25. Still got the severe thunderstorm warning for Smith County. Although I think the overall intensity on this stuff is still moving down versus up, which is not terribly surprising given the fact that we've lost some daytime heating and just we're wearing the atmosphere out pretty good. There's a lot of juice out there, but you can only maintain that for so long. Getting the rain, the lighter rain starting to move into the western part of Tyler now, and the back end of that will continue to scoot east. We'll have some moderate to heavy rainfall, especially south of Tyler, along 49 and south of 49, down into Bullard, down to just the north side of Jacksonville. Decent lightning in there. I don't see nearly the hail potential that we had 10, 15 minutes ago. Power's out in Bullard. Power went off and on. Okay, well, at least it went back on, Madison, so we got that going for us. Thanks, Jimmy. Just rain and hardly any wind by UT. All right, thank you, sir. Thanks, Yog. Now, Emily, I don't see much tornado potential right now. I really don't. At least for this cell here, or this cluster here. It's a lot of cells, but I don't think we have any tornado warnings, really. Yeah, we don't have any tornado warnings anywhere in the region now. They had a tornado emergency back up towards New Boston earlier on, which was confirmed pretty large, it sounds like, tornado up into Bowie County earlier on, New Boston area. So Weather Service will be, after the survey today, saw them down earlier today at the lake, and they'll be sending another team up that direction tomorrow to survey, I would have no doubt. Longview Kilgore, Tracy, Longview Kilgore looking fine. This stuff continues to kind of lose steam, and so you're going to, I think we'll probably see, you'll have some rain, Kilgore, Longview area next little bit, but I don't think anything too significant at this point. Lindale's good. Yeah, you guys are fine in Lindale. There's another shower kind of on the backside of this, and then, Jennifer, that'll be about it for you guys, at least anything that's concentrated. Can't rule out some additional development behind this, but nothing like what you saw. Henderson area, Deanna, you still got, you'll probably get more of the you'll get kind of the remnant, what's left of this stuff over Smith County that's gradually coming in your direction, but it also is weakening as it does that. You bet, Jennifer. You bet, Eric. Glad you guys are able to get clear of that stuff, man. I know it's been a long couple of days for y'all. It is raining hard outside here. Up to 8,300s here at the house. We were at a quarter inch not long ago. So, yeah, I can hear. I thought I was hearing that. Absolutely, Karma. Thanks for being here. So again, Rusk County, you guys, some people asking about Henderson and the city of Henderson and Rusk County. It's funny to try to explain the counties and the names of towns around here to people who are new to the area, and you try to tell them, well, it's Henderson County, but Rusk is in Cherokee County, and Henderson is in Rusk County, and it gets confusing. So you guys in the city of Henderson, western Rusk County, y'all are still in that warning. So we're at 10:30 now. You're in the warning officially, but this stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if the Weather Service lets that go early, given these trends, but we'll wait and see. Glad to do it, Veronica. Thank you. Appreciate it, Karen. Absolutely, Julie. Let's look at these observations here from the airport. They publish observations about every 5 minutes. The airport does, or the weather service does from the airport. They can look anytime they want, but they'll publish them about every 5 minutes. So, biggest wind gust I've seen out there looks like that gust of 31 at about 10:05. So, still not bad. Hey, Paige. So that jives pretty well with what I've seen here tonight. I wouldn't want to be in a tent tonight, but a lot of folks probably are, or at least some folks are. So thank you, Jamie. Glad you're here. Thanks, Joseph. Thank you, Sherry. Wind is Wild by Kane and Whitehouse. Okay, Ariel, thank you. Glad to help out. Yeah, so you guys in Whitehouse, you're seeing the brunt of this right now. That will pass pretty quick. So the back end of the heaviest rain is clear of 69, so it's headed your direction. And there's a good amount of lightning in there, but that's going to pass you pretty fast. Thanks, Lauren. Thanks, Lex. So we're warning free with the exception of this one guy here. Oops. So severe thunderstorm warning, the yellow box here, this flash flood warning for Van Zandt County. And then these storms are out here close to I-45 down towards Buffalo. So the only severe weather in the area right now is this guy. Yes, last night we only had really one show in town, and that was the one that did all the damage that came across. Good deal, Tori. Yeah, it'll be even better there from here on for you guys in Flint. Yeah, I bet you got some good lightning in Mount Enterprise there, Kenneth. Temps down to 70 here in town. Hadn't been that cool in a while. It's a shame it took all that rain to do it, but man, Scott, I don't see anything coming for the Buckeye Ranch there in a toy. I think you guys are all right, brother. You got some showers, this decaying stuff north of you. Trying to build to the south, but really moving more east. But I don't see anything really spooky for you guys, man. Cam Mixon area. Just moderate to heavy rainfall for you guys at the moment. Yeah, Sandra, that's going to let up here very shortly. Samuel, I mean, there's several different providers and makers of that. I got a Davis Vantage Pro 2, which I like a lot. I've I've had a Davis at the real estate office since 2011, and they are workhorse machines, man. They've really treated me well. And then I got one for the house here back before Christmas, and got it up on a pole, and it's a good piece of equipment. And they make them to be fixed. They make them so you can put spare parts on them. You pay a bit more for it, but they're really durable. And like I said, they build them to be fixed when something goes wrong on them, versus just having to throw it away. So, I'm a big fan of Davis. Have been for a while, but that's just me. You can find other cheaper options out there, and I totally understand that. But they've treated me good, so hopefully that helps some. Good question. But just look up, I think it's Davis Net. Yeah, Neil, I think they'll figure that out, man. Because I guarantee you that phone blew up. And again, I'm not sure who saw what, or why the switch was hit, but they're juggling a lot of balls there, and so I'm glad they're there. But I would imagine there'll be some people trying to figure that out. But I hear you. But several other places around the area hit them too, so it wasn't just Tyler. But like I've said several times, better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them. So let's see here. 10:37. Rain's about to exit out of Tyler. Southeastern part of town is about all that's left, and that's even much lighter. Still got the rain and wind in White House. Yeah, they're on the backside of that too, Vicky. So just hang in there. Pretty quiet in Frankston for now, yeah, and probably for a good chunk of the night. We'll see. Just have to watch for any additional possible redevelopment, but I don't think there's any hail anywhere around here, Willie, honestly. Lindale's looking fine, Stacy. Thanks, Micah. Glad they helped. You bet, Stacy. I still can't believe we're at Memorial Day weekend. Good grief. Pools will be opening tomorrow. It's lakes will be wide open. Amateur hour this weekend on the lakes. God. We'll hang off the lake this weekend and maybe head out next week. It gets funny though. This weekend gets funny out at the lake. John, I don't think I'll be live tomorrow. I wouldn't be live probably this far into it this evening, but for the storms that we had earlier and the sirens going off, and there's people get kind of amped up after an event like last night. So just try to help out with that as we can and kind of help to pull people off the ledge. Yeah, the pools they're struggling with all the rain. It's hard to get that chlorine and pH right, isn't it, Jamie? Yeah. Page Heller RV Resort in Winona, Kilgore. Now you guys, you're fine in Winona. Yeah, Winona, Kilgore. Yeah, y'all will be fine there. The bulk of this wind and whatnot's going to stay well south of y'all. But like I said earlier, when it comes to these RVs, need to pay special attention to that stuff when these storms are coming in. And if there's a place there at the RV park where folks can shelter at, that's something good to find out when you get on site, just to know kind of what that's going to look like. We get into the summer and it's hot and dry, July, August, and that's not much of a problem and a concern. But right now, that's something that we need to be mindful of. And with as many people that are living in RVs now as we have, that's something we really need to. I think we need to focus on as a weather community. It's kind of promoting that awareness. Glad we helped, John. Taylor's in an RV on 79 between Henderson and New Summerfield. Yeah. You'll have some modest wind coming through there. Shreveport is going to continue that severe thunderstorm warning for Smith County and Cherokee County until 11:15. Storm, what is it here? 13 miles southeast of White House, moving east to 25, so 60 and quarters and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So they're going to hold on to that warning for now. So you guys there, New Summerfield, really as far north as Chapel Hill, just be mindful of that. ARP, New London, but I think the bulk of the more intense stuff is going to be over into Cherokee County, really down south of Troop, New Summerfield, north of Jacksonville, and that'll translate over into Rusk County, south and west of Henderson. There's Henderson right there, just 79. Yeah, Kat, you're not alone. Service was real spotty down there in Bullard today. Or I didn't go to Bullard. I was at Emerald Bay and down at Coffee City. But it was very spotty today. I couldn't send a text. Couldn't pull the radar up. Sitting there talking to some folks from the Weather Service for a while, and we were trying to pull radars up on our phone, and a couple of us had AT&T and one had Verizon. They were able to get a little bit of radar off of that, but I think that the AT&T situation is their towers must have taken a bit more of a hit last night. Oh, Danielle, I've got a couple things going. I got the NOAA Weather Radio stream going, and I've got the amateur radio folks going as well. I stream the NOAA Weather Radio here out of the house to a couple of different sites that people around the country or around the world listen to on Weather USA and a couple of other sites where you can listen to NOAA Weather Radio broadcasts for specific points around the country. And so there are a lot of us. There's a guy in Lufkin. There's a stream out of Dallas, our stream, Palestine. And so different places around the country, if you want to listen in, kind of dip into what's going on for the weather in that area. If there's severe weather, then you can listen in on that. And it's just kind of cool, kind of a weather nerd kind of thing that I do. But I listen to it just to be sure the feed is up and going here. And then when we've got severe weather, I just kind of keep it turned down because you can hear whenever they send tones out for new warnings and whatnot. So that's probably that's what you're hearing in the background between it and the amateur radio folks. Yeah, Dean, they're going to load up Oklahoma tomorrow. I didn't see David's post, but yeah, they've got an enhanced risk up there. I don't know if they've upgraded. Oklahoma's been hit hard this year. It's been a while since they've had these number of hits there. We've had a lot of hits here in the last few springs. And surprisingly, I mean, we've had yesterday was a big day, and today's been a day, but overall, compared to the last couple of springs, it doesn't seem like it was quite as gruesome as it has been, at least to me. But they've been hit pretty hard in Oklahoma. Thanks, Casey. Jamie asking about Carthage. Let's look at it again and see what it's doing. I mean, you can see overall, notice how that it's overall kind of losing some of its size and intensity. So, I mean, you'll get some rain. You may get some rain there in Carthage. This thing may collapse before it even gets to you. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. I don't really know where the severe weather is going to be inside of Smith County. In fact, Weather Service looks like they pulled Smith County from that warning. They just got Cherokee and Russ County in it now. Stefan, glad you're here. Sleep good. I can't help with the thunder, Mikey. Sorry about that. A lot of thunder in Palestine there, Charity. Yeah, let's look over at Palestine real fast. So we'll pull up Fort Worth. So you guys got that storm on the west side of town. A few lightning strikes there. Much better storm out southeast of Mahia. Between Mahia and Teague. Let's put a loop on that. Yeah, this stuff out here coming into Palestine looks like it's also decaying. Somewhat, at least. So hopefully that helps some. Courtney, getting you nervous to Troop? Got some decent rain in Troop right now. The lightning here and there. Get back to your show, Kayla. There you go. We were trying to pull the Rangers through tonight and just didn't work. So our show ended a bit ago. Jacksonville for you guys, Madison. Yeah, hefty rain getting into Jacksonville now, and some lightning there as well. Jacksonville getting a lot of lightning and thunder. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Wayne. Good to see you, man. So nothing too ominous looking Jacksonville area per se. Just throw the Bills back up again. Yeah, this thing still. See how much more impressive it looked earlier when it was back over Henderson County. So we're kind of continuing that decaying phase. But still doesn't mean it's not going to rain pretty hard there in Jacksonville, especially north side of town. But I wouldn't let it worry you that much. Oh, Jamie, you're going to get some hot weather. The thing about the rain, though, I mean, the good thing about the rain is it helps to keep the temperature from getting too out of control during the months of June, July, and August. The bad thing about the rain is it allows the humidity to get out of control during the months of June, July, and August. So it's going to be sultry, but at least we won't be in triple-digit territory for quite a while due to all this moisture. So we always kind of preach that it's a double-edged sword. Do you want the triple-digit heat, or do you want the triple-digit plus, heat index? And you're going to get one or the other usually, with the way things play out around here. But this will keep us somewhat handled in the heat department for a while. Yeah, last year was tough. It was tough indeed. So I tell you what, it was we're at 10:51 now. I'm going to step aside here, and if there's anything else that we need to post on, we can throw that stuff up with still images. And thanks again for swinging by here tonight. Sorry we were a little bit late on getting on earlier. Social media platforms and handles are there. The YouTube thing seems to get a lot of attention from the younger folks. I've talked to a couple of school age groups in the last month, and man, you say YouTube and they light up like a Christmas tree. It's funny. But we also will stream when we're doing this type of live streaming situation. We will run to YouTube, we will go to Twitter, and we will be here on Facebook, which is where a lot of folks grab us at. But Instagram, do some stuff on there. Don't do as much on Instagram. It's kind of harder to post there. You got to go through some different hoops on your phone. I post a lot on my MacBook. So, but we do stuff up on there as we can. But I hope it's a good weekend for you guys. I hope you'll remember the reason that we commemorate Memorial Day weekend. There's a big Memorial Day service, as there is every year, out at Memorial Cemetery on Monday. I think that starts at 11. If you want to show your kids why we do Memorial Day, there's not a better place to go than out there to Memorial Cemetery. And they'll have all the different branches represented. They'll have veterans from all the wars that we have veterans for, which the World War II folks are very, very few and far between, but we'll have Korean folks in Vietnam and Gulf War I and II. Just a really neat thing. So if you want to get out and take a look at some of that on Monday, would recommend you do that. We'll try to be there, Daddy, and our daughter and I will try to get out there and pay our respects for that. But again, thanks for being a part of this tonight. Thanks for allowing us to kind of pitch in the weather situation around these parts. I'll have some video probably, hopefully tomorrow, of some of the damage from down in the Lake Palestine area. Our friend Aiden Marshall put his drone up in the air today, got some impressive pictures, overhead still shots from Lake Palestine, and I think he's working on some videos that he got as well today, so that'll be good as well. But you guys enjoy your weekend, and we will talk as we need to more throughout the weekend. Otherwise, we'll see you on Tuesday, our next 7-day forecast update. We'll take Monday off for Memorial Day, but be back with that on Monday as well. You guys have a great rest of your night.
Thanks for watching this live broadcast from Doc Deason's Weather. When weather's at its worst, we're at our best. Doc Deason's Weather, the calm in the storm.